that wind could be something like really terrible to you. You'd be like, oh, it's making me cold, and it's blowing all these little like pine things all over. Or you could see that wind and be like, oh, very helpful, like really great wind, it's pulling me down. And so ignorance is really getting fixated to either one of those positions. It's getting fixated to the this is awful or this is great. And so this aim is to rest in that place between the two. So not in the really good or really poor, but just in the noticing. And then this is a quote by John Welwood. According to Buddhism, ignorance is the root of suffering. Yet as Indian sage Sri Aurobindo taught, ignorance is merely incomplete knowledge. So when we think we have the full story about whatever it is in our lives, it's really incomplete. And the things that we think we know the most, tend to be the places where we have the greatest ignorance. This root of suffering is ignorance. This really attaching ourselves to one place fixation or the other, good or bad, whatever either one of those mean in a given situation. And then this is a quote by Tenzin Wangyal in the Tibetan tradition of Buddhism. The gap between two thoughts is essence, but if in that gap there is a lack of presence, it becomes ignorance, and we experience only a lack of awareness, almost as unconsciousness. If there is presence in the gap, then we experience the Dharmakaya, or the ultimate. So what this is calling us for to do is to find a way to live in that gap between wherever we're anchoring ourselves in, to make that our sort of home. So I think a lot of these practices, Zen, a lot of sitting meditation, about kind of cultivating stillness to be able to rest in the gap. And the Native American spirituality for me cultivates the relationship to build in that gap, this forever relationship that we have with life around us, the trees, the sounds, and the smells. It's calling us forth to be in relationship, even like Martin Buber's I-thou relationship. It's like not an other that you're in a relationship with, but almost as you are. And then, for psychology, I really think of Jungian psychology, doing a lot of symbolic analysis and interpretation of things that prevent you from being able to rest in this gap. So, say anger comes up, and it's fiercely calling you to, be, mad about something. What is that? What's that presence coming forth within you as? Or if there's extreme delight, rainbows, sunshine, what is that too? And not having to necessarily cling to them, but being able to just bear witness to these two sides, this noticing. So yeah, if in that gap there's a lack of presence, it becomes ignorance, and we experience only a lack of awareness, almost as unconsciousness. If there is presence in the gap, then we experience the Dharmakaya.
The question I have is, does ignorance allow us, is there a positive pole of ignorance in the sense of, does it in some way give us an ability to see where we're lacking, or to see where the middle is between these two places, or is it always a negative?
It's always a negative. Kidding. No, I think you're right on the mark. I think it calls us forth. It's actually probably one of our closest friends, in this life. To be really ignorant. It's maybe makes us even that much more aware of what we're going through, what we're experiencing. That's awesome.
Is there like a pill I could take? Or...
Yes.
What is it? No, but okay, but seriously, what? How is it done? I mean, there's probably different ways, but how do you see that?
I think it's a great question, and I'm going to rip off some of my teachers, other teachers. I think at a base level, there's a path for all of us. So everyone has their own path towards moving towards a more free life, a life with less suffering. Some find it in sports, some find it in writing, poetry, teaching, therapy, and walking, wherever. But whatever I think really calls you forth into your presence, instead of something that's distracting you from your life, what's going on, but what kind of things in your life really call you most home? I think that was my recommendation.
That's a good answer.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, very nice talk. Very much liked it. I like the idea of ignorance being or rather, okay, so it's pretty complicated actually, because it's like ignorance is a marker of dualistic thinking and vice versa. And so the other assumption is that ignorance is a bad thing, because it holds us back somehow, suppresses us, or something like that, produces unnecessary suffering. And the idea is, I guess this is a clarification question, is the idea that by working through dualism towards non-dualism, by becoming less ignorant and more conscious, that the suffering will somehow fade away?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to say. It's hard to say what brings the suffering to fade away.
Definitely not more consciousness, I would say. Because the more conscious you are, the more sensitive you become of everything that is wrong with the world, and with yourself, and with others. So that
might be someone's personal path too. That might be one's own path towards, releasing the ignorance that they may have.
Well, that's where non-attachment comes in, Gary.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know the mapped route of it. I wish I could figure it out. I wish I could pinpoint, the map of ignorance. But then it would kind of be really boring to do.
Then you'd no longer be ignorant. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
I like the quote that you had from Wellwood, about ignorance is incomplete knowledge. And I think that that's a really good point to bring up, because I think in terms of ignorance being functioning on like the level of duality, that to a certain extent, like it's both the origin of pain and suffering, but also sort of the way that like relative reality works. On the level of personality, interacting with other people. Like if we went around, I guess, trying to actualize some of the principles of like absolute truth on the ground running, a lot of people wouldn't get it. But I think to remember the limitations of the ignorant path, like the path of ignorance, is helpful. Like to not see it as the be-all end-all, that there's something more. Like that duality exists, but there's something beyond it. That you can connect to, so that you don't get carried away by like the goings on the relative level. I think that's a good way to integrate it too. I like, so I think it is just incomplete knowledge. So just wanted to say that I like that you said that. Go, Camden.
So you mentioned this word free, being free.
I mentioned that free.
Yeah, this idea of freedom. And I wonder what that means to you, and how do you know when you're experiencing it?
I remember you asked the same question to I think Pakchok Rinpoche when he came. It's an interesting thing. I mean, ultimately, I think it's like just complete relaxation. You know, just real relaxation, not some idea or conceptual like map of it, but like genuine relaxation.
By relaxation, would it be fair to say like an openness then? Like
Yeah.
Maybe like non-grasping.
but
Yeah, I feel like it's so interesting. I read this as innocence. Like, I don't know. Like, there's something like ringing with like what we're talking about, like being innocent with ourselves or something. I don't know. Like, it's just an interesting correlation. I guess that's what I wanted to say, because I really did like see this as innocence. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's cool. But I don't know. I feel like in innocence, there's like this part of like being gentle with ourselves, and maybe that's how it comes to the relaxation of freedom that you're like mentioning. I don't know. So, I thought it was cool.
Can you ever really free yourself from like the constraints of power of forces? You know, that even in a state of deep relaxation, our lives are always being impacted by all of these, you know, forces from all around us that we may or may not be aware of.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a permanent thing. You know, the idea that, you know, I like to think that like the enlightenment, you know, can't be reached, and maybe that's what you're pointing to. That's what I think here is there like a permanent state of enlightenment or a permanent state of freedom? And I would probably argue against that. I think that, you know, causes and conditions, you know, bring up different energy cycles. I think mostly it's the practicing of being with them, being with the rises and the falls, and, you know, not allowing presence to be corrupted otherwise. Anger is here, not to deny it.
I think it's about letting ourselves be human. And especially when you're on a spiritual path and you have this idea, all I have to do is maintain this, and then shit happens. It's like, oh, and then you get upset, and then you go, well, no, you're human. And you just get back up and get on the horse again.
It's time.
Thanks, everyone.